The stories from folklore and mythology are all connected by themes, style of storytelling, and subject matter. Today we'll be looking at one of my favorite movies, Sharkboy and Lavagirl. And if you don't want this spoiled for you, you should probably stop watching. It's a great movie. The plot of the movie is pretty simple. An imaginative kid goes in a rocket to save planet Drool, named as such because it's so cool it makes you drool. He meets Sharkboy, a boy who was raised by sharks and is trying to find his estranged father, and Lavagirl, a girl made of lava who wants to know what the point of her existence is. The planet Drool is a world made up of all of Max's fantasies and dreams, and we see a planet is usually affected by Max's emotions. For example, a problem that he would be having in real life would be reflected in the planet, like a bully being the archenemy of the hero or a teacher represented as a supervillain. The plot is basically Max is a daydreamer, makes up Sharkboy and Lavagirl, gets bullied for having too much imagination, a tornado hits and they come to school, take him to the planet Drool. Upon getting there, he faces off against his problems, like his parents are getting divorced, the teacher's being a bully, whatever. They save the world. Since this is all Max's dream, the development for Sharkboy and Lavagirl is done all through him. As in, he decides when the person should find out their origin, or when you should grow as a person, right now because the plot demands it. The movie has a similar storytelling style to Greek mythology. The hero has to go through a series of trials in which he will grow or learn from it. Similar to Odysseus in his trials finding his way home, Max went through many trials finding himself. However, Odysseus had help from the gods. Max was the god in this situation, or at least the god of Drool, the planet that was based on his imagination. The first 2/3 of the movie, he could only affect the planet while he sleeps, while he was dreaming. So like Odysseus, there is help from an indirect and arguably independent source. With Odysseus, divine intervention could go either way. However, Max could have a nightmare, and many of the villains are ones he himself made up. The trial of Odysseus could be compared to the trial of the hero in this movie. The key difference being that the trial of Max were directly related to his life. Overcoming something like a bully, exaggerated into a supervillain, makes dealing with the bully in real life a lot easier. Sharkboy and Lavagirl follows a literal interpretation of the hero's journey. Joseph Campbell describes a hero's journey. First, the hero must retreat from the world to the realm of the unconscious. In this case, the land of his dreams. This has 5 elements. Call to action. A tornado hits Sharkboy, or hits and Sharkboy and Lavagirl come. Refusal to call. He says no initially. Supernatural aid. Lavagirl burns some things to prove that she isn't messing around. Crossing the first threshold. They get into a rocket ship, then they go to planet Drool. And in the belly of the whale. There's an initial fight scene with the villain played by George Lopez. The hero's path has the road of trials. There are some more fight scenes, and then meeting up with the goddess. His friend in school has ice powers, and was the key to finding the MacGuffin Dream Journal. Woman as the temptress. This could either be Lavagirl acting like a mother to Max, or it could be the Ice Queen who is based off of a friend in the film implied that she had a crush on Max. Atonement with the father. Max finds a robot that he and his dad tried to build. Earlier in the movie, his father tried to have some father-son time with him, giving rebuilding it a shot. Apotheosis. The fight with the bully Linus, or retrieving the Ice Queen's MacGuffin crystal. And the ultimate boon. He realizes that he is the daydreamer, someone who can dream when he's awake. The third part, the return, has 6 parts. Refusal to return. He doesn't believe the entire hero's journey was a dream. The magic flight. He realizes that he kept the Ice Queen MacGuffin from the boon. The rescue from without. Either his parents got saved by Sharkboy and Lavagirl, or the bully steps up to fight the villain, even if he fails doing so. Crossing the return threshold, defeating the villain. Master of 2 worlds, he was able to defeat the exaggerated version of all his problems. Now, the normal versions aren't such a big deal. And the freedom to live. Max can now get on with his life knowing that his dreams can be made into reality.